What is up, YouTube? It is January 15th, 2020. It's your boy, Robski. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about the retirement of Luke Kuechly. The guy had a stellar NFL career. Congrats to him for making the right decision in his life. Really, really great player. Pro Bowler, probably a Hall of Famer. There was a guy named Chris Borland who kind of has a similar story. Now, Kuechly retired before it sounds like he retired at exactly the right time. Obviously he was in tears. It's hard to make a decision. And I just want to let everybody out in YouTube land know and understand why this is hard. Okay. As a former, and like I said, I'm not bragging on myself. I was just Division III, but it becomes a part of you. Okay. I've been out of sports for like 10 years and I still love the game. And, it doesn't matter how much money you make. Like Junior Seau was a stellar player and he committed suicide. The main thing is the whole identity thing, identity crisis. Okay. I went through this when I graduated college. There was no more fraternities, no more teams. I didn't know who the hell I was. And when you do this your whole life and you don't know what's next, you just can't handle it. It sucks. Okay. So I have come up with a few things. I've lost weight again. I've been doing intermittent fasting. This makes so much sense now. Okay, this makes so much sense. Okay, I've been over a 400-pound bench presser for a while. Okay, I can bench press and squat over 400 pounds. I can power clean close to 300, but I don't have as much flexibility as I should, okay, because I haven't – my top velocity in my recent adult life has been 80 miles per hour. And now I understand, okay. I'm not doing enough of the power lifting. Look, I've done so much research. I was such a fool. When it comes to my athletic training, okay. First of all, if you are a throwing athlete – you need to get as big and powerful and have a really good body composition, okay? Now, why does body composition matter, okay? Body composition is absolutely critical. The power to mass ratio is critical to throwing velocity. You take a look at the shot putters and what they could do, okay? So I remember arguing with my dad about this, and I was actually on the right track when I was training. I was in the weight room constantly. And this has to do with about any activity as a human being. If you guys are working out, don't do any of this bull crap. Okay? This isn't built like if you want real results, you need to do the squats, the benches, the deadlifts, okay? And this is now making so much sense to me now. I read Tim Ferriss's book. You guys got to read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Body. Because you're just going to be blown away how it's like I fell in a trap, okay? So I go through high school and college, and I have all these people, and they say, just play it safe, get a good education, blah, 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 blah. And it's so wrong. It's all wrong, okay? You need to... You know what I would tell people? Shoot for the 1%. Do things that because even if you don't get to the 1%, you're still doing things good. Okay, the 1%, the discipline, the intelligence, you look at like any famous singer or actor, like the really good ones, like the ones that are, still relevant and, they have certain traits. They're physically attractive. Okay, like you take like Carly Kloss, okay, and I hate name dropping, and I'm not saying I like or dislike this person. I think some of her political, she's kind of in a really kind of funny political situation. If you just take that human, okay, and the fact that she is just physically eating good shit. It makes so much sense because the healthier your diet is, the better brain function. And what do you know? She's very, very smart. Okay. And again, I'm not defending Carly Kloss. I think, like I said, I think her feminism's bullcrap, but that's a one percenter, okay, in her field. And it's like these people, these actors, these supermodels, these all these like high functioning people, they don't eat crap. They're not eating at McDonald's. Okay? All these athletes, they're not doing that. They're not eating at McDonald's. They're doing things that get them to the top. And so the average human, us mortals, us non-demigods, we can do the same shit. Okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get to their level, but we still can emulate them, and it'll make us better in our daily life. That's what I learned. Okay? So I'm going to get back into what I was born to do. I'm going to start throwing again. Okay? And I'm gonna be legit this time. Okay? I still got the fire in me. Okay? I've been fighting. I've been lifting again. I'm alcohol free. There's a lot of good things going on in my life right now, just because I made these decisions to do the right steps. And again, like I said, I work at a freaking call center, but I'm still going to do this stuff. Okay. Looking back, oh my gosh, I was in Potlatch, Idaho. God bless those people. They're great people. I love Potlatch, Idaho. I absolutely love that town. But it's like Craig Teft and some of the other coaches, they kind of introduced the weight training programs to me. But looking back, like I go back when I graduated college, and I had no chance because there's a reason why I got redshirted. There's a reason why I had like I said, I just look back and I'm like, there's so many things. Like I'm a type of guy that, overall I did a lot of good, but overall I did a lot of bad. And I want to clean this up. But I've hit a plateau in my professional life. And I'm like, dude, we got to change this. I mean, you're 35, but you don't really have any, like, I didn't get anyone pregnant. I don't have any kids. I'm not a father. I'm not married. I'm trying to like get in the game again, and it's really difficult. I gotta find the right connection. But I just basically the lesson today on the YouTube is you take any athlete, you take any supermodel, you take any author, all that. These people, I kind of refer to as like our version of the demigods. Like you see a star, like if freaking, come on, who's like a rock star that like people just were like in awe of, I mean, who, Shawn Mendes, who, whatever, if you were to like see somebody like that, like Leonardo DiCaprio or, and the reason why I refer to these people as demigods is because it's like they do something different than the average human. When they walk into the room, it's like you're stunned. You're like, oh, and Leonardo DiCaprio isn't, he's not like a freak human. It's not like seeing a 7-footer, but there's just something about this guy that doesn't matter what political views you have. It doesn't matter, what you lean. If you see these people in real life, you're just like, oh my God, it's a star, or, like Brad Pitt or whatever. I mean, but these people, they're doing things that the rest of us don't do. They're doing things and they know, and here's the kind of fucked up thing, the messed up thing, excuse my language, is they know this. They know that the 99% of the population, that's why they win, is because they're the ones out there creating stuff. They're the ones where the rest of us are stuck in this bullcrap education system, sitting on our butts, losing our life, losing our testosterone, losing um, losing our light. Like this being the age that you are is a blessing. It's a blessing. It's something from God. Being young, and like I said, I'm getting older, but I'm still young enough to do things. It's a blessing. And most of us are just wasting our life force. It's like our soul. Like that's what I'm like right now. It's like I'm in the debt bubble with college, and it's like my soul is being crushed. It's like, and it says in the Bible, fear not that can kill the body, but that can kill the soul. That's what you should fear. My soul crushing entity is just kind of this life and how it turned out for me. You know, it's just and like I spoke about this, that's why I drank, was because I was trying to avoid kind of who I am and what I was meant to do. And, I'm worried about what people think. And it's just killed my soul, killed my character. But again, so getting back to the demigods, the celebrities, the people, the one percenters, the people that actually control. Okay, one, they are they do the little. It's like this. They do. Some of them have God-given DNA. Like I said, we'll go back to the Colossus example. Poof, you're 6'2" woman. That has the right insertions. You're like God, and it's just like this is the truth. Okay, most women can't be Carly Kloss. They just physically cannot do it. It's impossible. But they can do traits. They could do things that she does to make their life better. Okay, and so that's what I'm finding out in my life. It's like, okay, I have certain measurables that are better than average, but that only takes you so far. And that's another thing I want to talk about, kids. All these benchmarks, and when I say benchmarks, I'm talking about literal like bench press. Okay, because I'm in the athletic world. Okay, so like height, weight, 40 times, speed, velocity, power, all this stuff. Don't The measurables are basically what the measurables are. They're the ticket that can get you invited to the party. Okay, they're the they're the they're the they're the standard. Okay, the measurables are the standard, but they're not. It's up to you to develop. Okay, it's up to you to develop your skill. So, you can run a 4.3, and that's not going to necessarily make you a good football player. You can be over 6 foot tall and be a woman, and that's not. I mean, because I met many women that are 6 foot tall and over. Now, I say many. There's not many. Being a 6 foot tall woman is being like 6'8" for a guy. Like, it's just there. That's a point. If you look at the standard deviations, that's a you got to understand like percentile. That's another thing they understand, but percentiles. So, Carly Kloss is in the 0.0001 percentile. Like, you got like the 50%, like the average woman is 5'4", and then you got like, the 75th percentile is like say 5'5" or 5'6", and then the 90th percentile is 5'8" or above, and then you got like the very end of the spectrum, the 6 foot tall mark. That benchmark for a woman is like, it's like it's definitely the 1 percentile, but it's more than the 1 percentile. Like it's you just don't see it. But I've seen, there are several women that I've met that are that tall and over, but they're not supermodels and they're not celebrities. They're not demigods. And it's because they didn't take it to the next level, basically. And that's what I've learned too is eventually the measurables only take you so far. The measurables can get you invited to the party, but it doesn't mean that you'll get there. It's like somebody who could throw a baseball 100 miles per hour. If you can't locate it, it's useless. Or somebody runs a 4.3. If you can't run routes or can't catch a ball, it's useless. Okay, so but this applies to everything in life, and I'm not just talking about athletics. I'm talking about any profession. There's certain things that'll get you to the party, but it's up to you to develop. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to really try to go for this. I'm going to actually put some financial effort into this. I've just been kind of sloppy and kind of lazy with my workouts because, like I said, I'm over. If you're a male and so like take me, I'm 6'1". I'm in the 90th percentile. Okay, so there are plenty of guys. There's plenty of guys in Boise that are bigger and taller, whatever. But again, it's like I look around and I love Boise, Idaho. If you guys ever get a chance to come out here, come to Boise. The people are awesome. It's great, but it's like I've hit like it's like this is it. It's like I look around and I look at the job I got, and if I were just to simply stay at the job, I can make $20 an hour in Idaho. But it's still crushing my soul. It's still it's like this is it, really? Like I went through hours of athletic training. I've thrown many footballs, many baseballs. I've studied many hours, and I made all these cool friends, met all these cool people, and at the end of the day, I'm here and I'm like, this is it? I mean, I spoke at my friend's wedding and it's great. And, they're moving up in the world, but it's like, really? Like, this is it. This is it. Because, and here's another thing that, Joe Rogan talked about that, and this is kind of why I'm doing YouTube, is because I feel like that I don't feel respected. Like when you go to work and I walk the streets, I feel like a ghost. Okay, I don't. It's like I mean, yeah, Rob's a likable guy. He's fun to hang around, but I don't feel respected, and I don't feel significant. That's the thing, and that's why I'm talking about people that are in the 1%, is because their lives probably suck, probably worse than mine. And here's the reality too: like these 1%ers. Keep in mind, though, all those millions of dollars can be as worthless as you can have 10 houses, and if you're messed up mentally, like most of them are, like if you get depressed, or it doesn't matter if you're in a big mansion, you're still going to have issues. Like you could be in a cardboard box or be in a big mansion, and it would make no difference. If you can't just simply like here's the thing is like you take a 1%er, right? You take like George Clooney or freaking Miley Virus or someone like that. They can't even go to a freaking Starbucks and get a cup of coffee, without getting shit. So, and that's kind of like, it's weird because I think I could kind of see what they're going. I mean, I feel bad actually. Like it's crazy to think about it, but when you see the reality, of what these people have to go through, when it's like it's like NFL football guy, right? Like Luke Kuechly, okay. Luke Kuechly could walk the streets, and majority of people know, but he's not going to get like paparazzi, right? But he's still like to get to where he got, he had to go and suffer a lot. And that's another key in life, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have to suffer to be great. You have to suffer. You have You have to go and do things that you do not want to do day in and day out. Day in and day out. Okay. So, Luke Kuechly deciding to retire, he earned it. He earned it. I guarantee you he earned it. Somebody that's another thing I don't like about myself is like I'm kind of feeling guilty. It's like I wanted some traits of these people. I kind of want to be like these people, but I've gotten lazy. I've gotten so lazy. And it's because of the soul crushing job and me being on autopilot. So again, that's the thing is like sometimes you take the homeless, right? And here's a nasty little secret is that sometimes like you could. I'm just figuring out, okay. Every certain class system has its advantages and its disadvantages, no matter what class and what standard deviation right now. Because right now, like based on my income level, I am now in the middle class. Okay, I'm actually, to be honest with you guys, I'm working poor because of my student loan debt. But if I wouldn't have had all these student loans, I am squarely in the middle class. So you got the homeless, you got the working poor, you got the middle class, and then you got the elites. Okay, and each level has its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, homeless. Okay, I am not. I used to be very, very. I have a military background. I'm not the most. Like, I'm a nice person, but I used to be kind of more judgmental. And when I see a homeless person now, sometimes I'm like, that might not be a bad way to go. I mean, because we're all going to die sometime, right? We're all going to die. And the homeless, it's like they don't care about. It's like it would be nice. It would be really, really nice not to care about social status. It would be really, really a good thing to not. It's like they don't have to achieve anything. They don't have to set goals. They don't have to do any of this stuff. They don't have to. They don't have to worry about what other people think. They don't have to worry about the social media. They don't care. They don't They don't care, and that could be a good thing. They're not bound by. They're not looking on Facebook to see what demigod said this or what who said that. They don't care. Now, downside, you're out in the you're just out living in tents. There's disease. There's depression. With that. Now let's take the middle class. Okay, like where I'm at right now. Now, granted, I don't have the white picket fence and the wife and the kids. I'm single, but I have, the 9 to 5. What I'm going through at work now, it's too easy. And what the downside? So the upside is I have a warm place to live. I got plenty of food, but it got me like it's a testosterone killer. It's killing my testosterone. It's killing my physique. It's killing my. It's just like I'm hurt. I'm figuring out. And that's another thing. Any doctor that tells you to not lift heavy weights is full of shit. Do not listen to them. Okay. I don't care if you're man or woman. Do not listen to. There's so many doctors that are just. I got a degree from so and so. That means freaking no. You generate as much force and power. Okay. But anyways, get back to the middle class. Okay. I could retire, get a pension, and all that. But I mean, I'm looking around and I'm like, these are my teammates. These people that I'm with are my teammates, and they're not. they're satisfied. The this is the dirty secret: is the 9 to 5, the pension, the all that bull crap. When you turn 80, you look back on your life, you feel this guilt, you feel this waste. That's why I feel like right now. I feel like God's looking at me like, this is, that's the upside is I got a warm place to live. I got money to pay my bills. It's just a matter of time before I get more money. But the downside, and this is really important, is it's like I didn't become something I didn't become something respected and well known and well paid. Okay, and when you're well paid, don't let any freaking libtard tell you that, oh, you make too much money or you're greedy. That's bull crap. Okay, when you are well paid, that means that the market cares about you and respects you. That's it. Okay, so that's the downside is of the middle class, the working middle class, is you don't really build a brand. You don't really you just go, you're a wage slave, as Coach Red Pill would like to see. You simply trade hours for dollars, and that's it. Okay, and in a way, I hate to say this, but certain members in my life, they geared me towards it. And they're discouraging me from doing something great, because the dirty little secret is that they couldn't become the elite. They couldn't become the 1%. Okay. And then let's talk about the demigods. Let's talk about the elites. Well, you got another class below the demigods, and that is the CEOs. Those people, again, the upside is, and see, that class, like the CEOs, the people that aren't famous but are wealthy and rich. Well, they're rich, not necessarily wealthy. They're rich. They're making good coin. They're making above $70,000 a year. They just have, it's like with them. It's like they're in the middle class, except with more responsibility and more hours. Okay, so that's not necessarily a good road either. Okay. And then we got the legitimate, the elites, the 1%, the celebrities that have the wealth, the riches, and the fame. Their biggest problem is lack of privacy and public scrutiny. Okay, and they also they also work insane hours. But what I admire about the elites, about the our stars, our demigods, is that they have created a brand, and the brand lives on. You die, and depending on your religious views, it doesn't matter. But the world, which again, as a Christian or Catholic Christian, whatever you want to call me, I'm supposed to not be really into worldly things. Okay, I'm very spiritual, but when you create a brand, when you have the money, and then it's like now it's about legacy, and that's important too, because it even says in the Bible that you want to leave your children an inheritance. That's what a wise man does. It's like you create generational wealth. And that's something that the middle class will never have. Like I'm kind of looking at, what I've produced, and this is what I feel like. I might as well be a ghost, because I haven't really, I didn't get there. Like in the military, I settled. I didn't go be a ranger. I didn't go be a Green Beret. In my life now, I'm just settling because I'm afraid of, really trying something. So, anyways, guys, a lot of lessons, a lot of things I went over today. I just had a lot on my mind. It really helps. Like I said, I've been sober, and being sober is good for me. Oh, and that's another thing too, the why we're in a trap. Look, especially you men, you need to really like. One of the things I learned about being sober for the last two and a half weeks. Okay, not only have I felt better, I could see my body. Like I've lost weight. I've lost body fat. My body composition is getting better. Men should really consider not drinking at all. And it has nothing to necessarily to do with, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with, religious things, or this has to do with strictly hormonal levels. And maybe that's why in the Bible it talks about fasting and alcohol. It's not that God doesn't want you to have a good time, or this is just, it's science. Alcohol, especially like I'm finding out that alcohol is way worse for guys than it is for girls. And that's the thing is like, there are so many, like I didn't pay attention to my diet. We're eating like us men are turning into women. The estrogen hormone is everywhere. It's in our water. It's in our meat. It's in our, it's in pretty much, there's like 90%. What I'm learning is that 90% of the food that we eat is crap for men. It's all estrogen hormones. And then, oh my gosh, just all this stuff that makes so much sense now. This makes sense. And the only thing I'm debating of is if it's too late or not. Okay. So anyways, guys, especially us men, okay, get a water purifier, cut the booze, lift really heavy weights, and tell those doctors that they're not like, look, these people, just because they have the name doctor, doesn't mean you have to take crap off them. Doesn't mean it. Okay? You don't have to take crap off doctors. Okay? You think professional athletes that make millions of dollars more take crap off some bullcrap PhD? Okay? The ultimate standard, and if you don't like it, then, whatever. And like I said, we can get into this whole, worldly versus, but look, the ultimate standard is your salary. Bottom line. It is not, let me repeat, it is not credential. It is not your, school knowledge. It is your salary. Okay. That's why people give a shit about LeBron James. And that's why, like it or not, you got a guy named, I'm going to go back to this example. Daryl Morey versus LeBron James. Okay. Daryl Morey has been through way more formal training in our education system than LeBron James. But at the end of the day, LeBron has more clout with the media and with people because he's a superstar athlete. He makes more money than Daryl Morey. He's more valuable in the marketplace. Now, again, there might be some wrong answers. I mean, I don't know. Daryl Morey might make more than LeBron James. I doubt that. I think LeBron probably makes more than Daryl Morey. Okay. So it's like this too. If you hit it big as a YouTube star, you make more money than the other guy, you don't have to take crap off the other guy. That's why we call it FU money. You're an oil baron. You make more money than doctors and lawyers, FU money. See, that's the thing too, like lawyers, they'll if you make more money than lawyers, they will be your best friend. The lawyers will cater to you. Okay? It's all, and that's the thing is like these like really progressive people. There's not black, there's not white, there's not Mexican, There's only one color. It's called green. That's it. And in my life, I've been able to make more money, but it's just it's kind of worthless. And the reason why it's worthless is because for me to get it, it's the way I make it. They kill my soul, they kill my age, they kill my testosterone. Okay, YouTube land. I hope we all have a blessed day. This is your boy Robski out.